Are you unknowingly sabotaging your relationships? Do you find yourself pushing away the very person you want to hold close? The answer might be buried deeper than you think. Our past experiences, especially those that left us feeling hurt or betrayed, have a way of clinging to us, casting long shadows on our present happiness. I remember working with a couple, Sarah and Mark, who were on the brink of collapse. Their relationship was hanging by a thread, and every conversation seemed to push them further apart rather than bring them closer together. It was a heartbreaking situation, but one that is all too common in relationships where trust has been eroded. Sarah, a vibrant and loving woman, constantly questioned Mark's intentions, her insecurities stemming from a previous relationship where she was deeply hurt. She had been betrayed before, and those old wounds had never fully healed. Every time Mark was late or seemed distracted, Sarah's mind would race with worst-case scenarios. She would replay past hurts in her mind, projecting them onto her current relationship, unable to separate the past from the present. Mark, though patient at first, grew increasingly frustrated, feeling like he could never truly earn her trust. He felt like he was constantly being punished for someone else's mistakes. His efforts to reassure Sarah often backfired, leading to more arguments and misunderstandings. The more he tried to prove his loyalty, the more Sarah seemed to doubt him. It was a vicious cycle that neither of them knew how to break. This cycle of doubt and frustration is all too common, poisoning the well of love with suspicion. When trust is broken, it can feel almost impossible to rebuild. Every interaction becomes a test, every word and action scrutinized for hidden meanings. The joy and spontaneity that once defined the relationship are replaced by anxiety and doubt. It's a slow erosion of connection, where love is overshadowed by fear. This experience, and countless others like it, taught me a valuable lesson. Unresolved emotional baggage can act like a barrier, preventing us from forming truly intimate and fulfilling connections. It's crucial to address these issues head-on, to seek help if needed, and to communicate openly and honestly with our partners. Only then can we hope to break free from the shadows of doubt and build a relationship based on mutual trust and understanding. The journey is not easy, but it is worth it. For Sarah and Mark, it meant facing their fears, acknowledging their pasts, and committing to a path of healing together. And for many others, it can mean the difference between a life of constant turmoil and one of genuine connection and love. Many of us carry the weight of past relationships and disappointments. These emotional burdens linger, influencing our thoughts and actions. Memories of what once was can cast long shadows over our present and future. We replay old conversations, wondering what we could have done differently, fearing history will repeat itself. This emotional baggage can be heavy, shaping our lives in negative ways if left unaddressed. These experiences can manifest as trust issues, fear of commitment, or a need for reassurance. We might become overly cautious or cling too tightly to our partners. This creates a cycle of anxiety and insecurity. The pain of past betrayals makes it difficult to open up and be vulnerable, essential for building strong relationships. We might question our worth, wondering if we deserve love and happiness. We might push away potential partners, fearing they'll hurt us like those before. This fear can lead us to sabotage our own happiness, rejecting love before it has a chance to grow. We build walls around our hearts, keeping others at a distance to protect ourselves from pain, but also keeping out joy and connection. It's a paradox. Actions to shield ourselves from hurt can cause more pain, trapping us in loneliness and isolation. This self-sabotaging behavior stems from self-preservation, but hinders our ability to find love and happiness. It's a defense mechanism to avoid the risk of being hurt again. But by avoiding the risk, we also avoid the reward. We deny ourselves the chance to experience deep, meaningful connections. Recognizing these patterns is important. Only then can we change them and open ourselves to the possibility of love. Research from the Gottman Institute highlights the importance of addressing past hurts in relationships. Couples who discuss and process their emotional baggage experience greater intimacy and satisfaction. Therapy and counseling can be valuable tools, providing a safe space to explore feelings and learn new ways of relating. Books and workshops on relationships offer insights and strategies for healing and growth. By understanding and addressing our past, we create a foundation of trust and openness. This allows us to connect on a deeper level, fostering security and belonging. By being honest with ourselves and our partners, we can break free from past patterns and build a future filled with love and happiness. So, how do we break free from these chains of the past and cultivate healthy, fulfilling relationships? It's a question that has puzzled many of us. We often find ourselves repeating the same patterns, getting stuck in the same types of relationships, and wondering why things never seem to change. The key to breaking free lies in understanding the deeper psychological forces at play. By delving into the intricacies of human behavior and attraction, we can start to see the patterns and make conscious choices to change them. The answer lies in understanding the psychology of attraction and mastering the art of intrigue. Attraction isn't just about physical appearance or superficial charm. It's about creating a connection that goes beyond the surface. It's about understanding what makes people tick, what draws them in, and what keeps them interested. This involves a deep dive into the human psyche, exploring concepts like attachment styles, emotional intelligence, and the subtle cues that signal interest and desire. Contrary to popular belief, constantly showering someone with attention and affection can actually diminish their interest over time. It's a delicate balance. Too much attention can feel overwhelming and suffocating, while too little can make the other person feel neglected and unimportant. The key is to find a middle ground, where you show enough interest to keep the connection alive, but also give enough space for the other person to miss you and crave your presence. This balance creates a sense of mystery and intrigue, which is essential for maintaining long-term attraction. Think about it. What captivates you more? A book you can finish in one sitting, or a novel with layers of complexity that keep you guessing until the very end? The same principle applies to relationships. When a relationship is too predictable, it can quickly become boring and lose its spark. But when there are layers to uncover, new things to learn about each other, and a sense of ongoing discovery, the relationship remains exciting and engaging. This doesn't mean playing games or being intentionally elusive, but rather allowing the relationship to unfold naturally and not rushing the process. The same principle applies to relationships. It's about creating a dynamic where both partners feel challenged and intrigued, where there's always something new to discover and explore. This keeps the relationship fresh and prevents it from becoming stagnant. It's about finding a balance between closeness and independence, between intimacy and mystery. By doing so, you create a relationship that is both deeply fulfilling and endlessly fascinating. Maintaining an air of mystery and allowing the other person to discover you gradually can be incredibly alluring. It's about being open and honest, but also holding back just enough to keep the other person intrigued. It's about sharing your thoughts and feelings, but also leaving some things unsaid, allowing the other person to wonder and imagine. This creates a sense of anticipation and excitement, which is key to keeping the attraction alive. So embrace the mystery, take your time, and let the relationship unfold naturally. You'll find that this approach leads to deeper, more meaningful connections that stand the test of time. One powerful technique is to cultivate an air of self-confidence and independence. This doesn't mean being aloof or emotionally unavailable, but rather demonstrating that you have a fulfilling life outside of the relationship. Pursue your passions, nurture your friendships, and engage in activities that bring you joy. This not only makes you a more interesting and well-rounded individual, but also shows your partner that you are not dependent on them for your happiness. Remember, confidence is contagious, and when you exude a sense of self-assuredness, it naturally draws people in. Another key to maintaining intrigue is to be a good listener and ask thoughtful questions. Show genuine interest in your partner's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When you actively listen and engage in meaningful conversations, you create a deeper connection and foster a sense of intimacy. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel heard and understood. Don't be afraid to share your own stories and vulnerabilities gradually, revealing different layers of yourself over time. This gradual unveiling creates a sense of anticipation and keeps your partner eager to learn more. While it's important to spend quality time together, it's equally crucial to give each other space to breathe and pursue individual interests. Absence, when used strategically, can actually strengthen your bond. When you're not constantly in each other's pockets, you have more to talk about and appreciate the time you do spend together. Think about it. Doesn't a long-awaited reunion feel so much sweeter? Ultimately, mastering the mysterious man effect is about embracing the enigma within yourself. It's about being comfortable with who you are, owning your strengths, and acknowledging your vulnerabilities. When you are secure in your own skin, you radiate an aura of confidence and intrigue that is irresistible. Ask yourself, what makes you unique? What are your passions? What stories lie beneath the surface? Embrace these aspects of yourself and allow them to shine through. Remember, relationships should be a journey of discovery, both for yourself and your partner. Don't be afraid to let the relationship unfold organically, allowing the mystery to deepen and the connection to strengthen over time. Embrace the unknown, and you might be surprised by the depth of intimacy and connection you find. So, are you ready to break free from the chains of the past and unleash your inner mystery hidden deep within? The power to create a captivating and fulfilling relationship lies within you. Embrace your complexities, nurture your individuality, and watch as your love life transforms into something extraordinary.